Hey guys, Kitty Sapphire here and welcome to Kitty Reacts. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you guys are doing well. I just recently got back from my vacation at Sequestria Fest. However, during my vacay, I got a buttload of trailers sent by my editor and sent by several of my friends and several of you guys to look into. This one is, I believe, the last trailer for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse just before it's released following week on June 2nd. And I'm really excited for this because I really enjoyed the first movie. I have like almost the complete soundtrack to it. It's just a really good film, from the story to the characters, art style, everything was just chef's kiss. But here I'm doing a blind reaction on the very last trailer. I don't think I did a reaction on all the other trailers, more or less because of the fact that I didn't have the time. I was just really busy with everything. I wanted to wait until like all the trailers are done with and then do this particular blind reaction for you guys later on down the line. But here we go, and we're gonna start.
My name's Miles Morales. I'm Brooklyn's one and only Spider-Man. And things are going great.
He doesn't sound
He's gonna be here any minute.
Should be simple enough.
What the heck?
Give me your money.
So are you like a cow or a Dalmatian?
Ah, Spider-Man!
Oops.
I am the Spot. It's not funny.
Oh my god.
Don't do that.
That is so weird.
There's bubbles now. Hold on.
I don't think I want this costume anymore.
Oh no.
In a minute. I wrote it all as one word. That's cute, right? The youth.
How's this going?
Miles?
Son, what have we always said?
Miles's grades are pretty good. A in AP Physics
That's my little man.
and a B in Spanish.
Okay.
Miles.
Are you trying to
Mira,
kill
eso es
me?
imposible.
Okay.
Oh, that is not acceptable.
Miles!
Gwen?
Hey, Gwen.
Welcome to Spider Society.
I'm Spider-Man.
Oh, no way. All of us are. Meet Miguel O'Hara.
He's like a ninja vampire Spider-Man, but a good guy. Plus, he's like such a good leader.
Vampire Spider?
There's
Okay,
moments in our
weird.
stories that are the same for all of us.
Okay.
Some good,
Did you bring our baby to another fight?
I knew I was gonna regret making her that web shooter.
He asked me not to, so I wouldn't.
Liar.
you have a choice between saving one person and saving every world. To me, that's an obvious choice.
Send me home.
I can't do that.
I can do both.
All stations, stop Spider-Man.
Wait. Oh, are you kidding? I love that.
Miles!
Everyone keeps telling me how my story is supposed to go. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Can this day get weirder? I guess it can.
There's nowhere to run.
Sorry.
My bad, everybody. There was somewhere to run.
Oh god, this is gonna be real good. Oh god, it's just there's some oh goodness, there's just a lot going on here, and this had me like in stitches, just really excited. There's some parts I want to actually talk about. This part with his parents, when they talked about his grades of him doing a very good job in physics but only got a B in Spanish. I come from a black and Puerto Rican background. Yeah, that was not acceptable. It looked really bad. Even to this very day, I'm not very good at Spanish. I can actually understand Spanish, but I am so terrible with properly retorting or giving a proper answer in Spanish. So it's like I can't respond to whatever they're asking. I can understand it and probably muddle through it here and there, kind of be very sloppy about it, but overall I'm not very good at it, and I could hear my ancestors crying at that particular notion. And I, especially with the older generation, you did something extremely bad, they would speak to you in Spanish and not in English, and know that they were basically very, very serious. And it's like, ooh, okay, yeah, I'm in trouble. So, you know, that type of thing. So that had me a little bit in stitches because I can totally relate to that. This guy looks very, very interesting. I never heard of the Spot in the Spider Universe. I used to have a Spider-Man encyclopedia. I might have to do some research again regarding this character, or this might be a new character. All I know is this character looks like a ton of fun. He's sort of like a jokey based character that has like this really kooky power of basically creating small wormholes into various different things. So I like how they basically play it up for laughs with the bread and loaf of bread basically pouring out of him, which has me in stitches. Him trying to get the ATM or get the money within the ATM and it's not working. And oh my god, the bubble, I guess they slip into somebody's apartment and there's like a huge bubble bath and they're basically trying to stand up and fight each other, and the kids are like, well, the little boy who was a big fan of Miles Morales took his mask off. He's like, I don't think I want this costume anymore. That had me dying. It was hilarious. Clearly, you get to see some people again, such as Spider-Gwen and Peter B. Parker, but we get to see his little one. In the very first movie, he was completely against having kids. It's really nice that he learned to face his fear and found out by basically coaching Miles, he's actually a decent parent. So he kind of got over his fear of basically having kids, and I think that was wonderful, and his daughter is so freaking adorable, and it's just, I love those two characters. I was hoping to see Penny and Spider-Man Noir. We don't know. We might see them as well. The Porky Pig Spider-Man, I would like to see those again as well. So it's just, it looks very interesting in that regard. This scene had me in stitches, my goodness. He just don't want this costume anymore. This was actually pretty cool.
I'm Spider-Man.
I know in the very first outing of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, we had like this huge monumental, you had all these Spider-Sonas hanging about. People on Instagram at the time when this first came out back in 2018, people had their own different versions of Spider-Man, and I always wanted to do one. I didn't get a chance to do it, but I did some fan art of it with some of my personal characters with my manga. Check out my art page if you guys want to take a look at that one. I don't know if they're going to do that again. It would be nice to have that chain of Spider-Sonas come out again and just everybody make their own Spider-Sonas and just be creative for this next chapter of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. It would be nice again. I really like that pinpoint in time. And also I like how like, oh, cool, you're Spider-Man. Yeah, we're all Spider-Man. So it's like, it's really funny.
Me.
Okay, so this is basically our antagonist, Miguel O'Hara, and he's based on, from what I understand and what seems like Gwen is basically describing, is he's no nonsense, sort of like the Batman-ish type of person that's like, this has to be like this and there is no other way. He's mainly very calculative, and this is how the story usually goes. Now, I think that's kind of strange because I think we already got the Ben Parker type portion fulfilled in the previous Spider-Man. So when he's talking about, oh, well, for you, between you saving one person versus saving a whole bunch of people and the recurring events to become a Spider-Man, this one particular thing, sort of like when they talked about in other Marvel movies, there are certain fixed points in time travel or alternate universes that this particular event has to keep happening in order for these things to flow smoothly. I thought that particular quota or prerequisite was already filled in the first one when he lost Uncle Aaron, unfortunately, aka the Prowler, and he fulfilled that particular role as Uncle Ben for him to become a decent Spider-Man, or the Spider-Man that we know. What else does Miles have to sacrifice in order for him to become the proper Spider-Man? I think that's kind of much. I don't know. Technically the good guy, but he's the good guy who's kind of short-sighted and not necessarily seeing that, hey, doing things your way and always doing things in properly or based on the calculations, you're not considering other possible options that could be beneficial, you know, that type of thing.
Miguel O'Hara.
He's like a ninja vampire Spider-Man, but a good guy. Plus, he's like such
I like that ninja vampire Spider-Man.
a good leader.
Good leader? Questionable. Clearly, based on the interactions between Miles Morales and him, it's questionable him being a decent leader. I love all these different versions of Spider-Man. I love this one here on the far right next to Spider-Gwen. I love her design. I feel like cyberpunk vibe style from her. And then this other spider person right next to Peter B. Parker with his daughter looking up. She's just so freaking cute. I just can't stand it. I love their particular design. Living up to the punk genre. I love it. It reminds me of like Guns N' Roses, sort of like the rock era in the 80s, in the mid 80s, and I love it. I love the different designs of each of these Spider-Man, and it's showing a little bit more maturity with Miles Morales. He's no longer a kid anymore. He's starting to grow on his own and away from his parents, from the starry-eyed character that we first was introduced in the first one. Get that, and I'm here for it. I love it.
Knew I was gonna regret making her that web shooter.
You asked me not to, so I didn't. I wouldn't.
Liar. He's a total liar. And Mary J's like, you took our baby to a fight. I can see it. Don't lie to me.
Isn't bad. You have a choice.
Okay, this is also very concerning. Like I said before, I thought that Miles Morales basically fit the quota for losing a family member for him to be Spider-Man. I know in the comics, Aunt May does die later on. We already know that Spider-Man's life is just filled with tragedies regarding his loved ones. So I'm hoping that Miles Morales doesn't have to sacrifice as much as Peter Parker. I think the purpose of having Peter B. Parker coming back as his sort of like mentor again is to basically like, hey, do things different than what I did so you don't have to lose as much. I think this particular situation helps with Miles Morales coming to the conclusion saying, hey, no, I understand these fixed points and these events have to happen in order for me to be a decent Spider-Man, but I'm gonna do my own thing, which I appreciate. Being a rebel is okay, but you know, he's finding his resolve as a superhero, which I'm here for. I love, and just makes me fall in love with the character. This is one of the reasons why I love Spider-Man, period. I love Peter Parker's journey, and I love Miles Morales' journey, and how it's two completely different things.
One person and saving every world. To me, that's an obvious choice.
Stop Spider-Man.
This had me in stitches as well. Oh my god. Basically, the universal meme that still lives on today of all the Spider-Mans just pointing at each other just had me dying.
Everyone keeps telling me how my story is supposed to go. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Can this day get weirder?
This had me in stitches as well. I didn't know there was a spider cat. There's been a few cat characters in the Marvel Universe, such as a Flurgan. This just basically goes into that territory of how odd it is, but it's just so adorable and I love it. And the fact that it spits out a spider web had me, oh, this is just adorable.
It can.
There's nowhere to run.
Sorry.
My bad, everybody. There was somewhere to run.
That also had me dying. So I'm really looking forward to this. I'm loving this, and I hope this is like I'm just looking forward to this. This looks fun. This look adventurous, and I miss that in a lot of films. I miss that in a lot of superhero films. Like with Marvel, there's a bit of a formula, and I think because of that formula, it's gotten stale and people have been extremely bored with it. This actually takes a couple of chances. And still, it doesn't show any signs of too much of sequelitis, but I think the creators kind of know what they're doing of what not to do with the huge cinematic universe. I love the cinematic universe. Unfortunately, the recent form it's taking right now, except for maybe a couple of handful of movies, are really not taking chances, and they're doing the safe thing instead of basically having real fun with it. It seems like the passion is gone versus the other one, which the 10 decades of a build-up was very tight-knit and everybody was very passionate with it and they tried different things with different tones and stuff like that. Here, it's a fresh new take. It's a standalone movie or a standalone trilogy, and I love that, and please continue what you're doing. I love this. I'm excited for this. So that's my blind reaction to this last trailer, and I hope you're excited about it as much as I am. Thank you so much for joining me on this wonderful reaction video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Also, please, if you guys want to see more of these, please share, like, put a comment at the very bottom. Show me some videos that you want me to basically react to. Disclaimer, I will not do horror based because I am a total scaredy cat. I don't do well, and plus I like my sleep. It's like losing a lot of time, so I will not be doing any horror based stuff. But if you guys have any other geek related videos that you want me to respond to or react to, please put the comments below. It would be very helpful to just subscribe. I see this channel growing bit by bit. It's very slow, but it's growing, and I want to continue that. So yeah, so thank you guys so very much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.